Personal challenge, sure empathy. Could you maintain your hygiene standards if you were stripped of everything, thrown into a POW camp, and surrounded by people who viewed cleanliness completely differently? The Japanese POWs did, and their story is a fascinating, almost unbelievable testament to cultural norms clashing under the most extreme pressure. Prepare to have your perspective on human adaptation and cultural identity completely shifted. Introduction: A War Beyond Weapons. World War II is often remembered for its battles, bloodshed, and the clash of armies. Yet hidden beneath the thunder of artillery lies another battlefield, one fought in the quiet corners of prison camps, where culture itself became a weapon. Among the strangest stories to emerge is that of the Japanese prisoners of war and their shocking encounter with hygiene. When Japanese soldiers surrendered to Allied forces, they braced themselves for brutality. What they did not expect was soap, toothbrush inspections, and a relentless obsession with cleanliness that felt as alien to them as the Western battlefield tactics they had faced. Chapter 1: The Capture and Expectation. For the Japanese warrior of the 1940s, surrender was the ultimate shame. Their code of Bushidō demanded death before capture, and many believed Allied POW camps would mean starvation, torture, or public humiliation. But instead of immediate cruelty, many Japanese POWs in Allied camps were stunned by something else: daily showers, delousing chambers, and strict sanitary routines. Guards forced them to wash, shave, and even brush their teeth in ways some had never done before. Chapter 2: A Clash of Cleanliness. Japan itself had a deep cultural attachment to ritual bathing. Communal hot springs, onsen, and the act of cleansing one's body were part of tradition. But wartime Japan had also left many soldiers deprived of resources. Soap was rare, toothbrushes were luxuries, and field conditions meant months without proper cleaning. To suddenly be ordered by enemy soldiers to stand in line for inspections, sometimes stripped, sprayed with disinfectant, or handed toothbrushes, was a profound shock. Some POWs felt humiliated. Is this hygiene, or is it mockery? They asked. Others felt strangely grateful, confessing that they had never felt so clean in their lives. Chapter 3: Hygiene. As discipline for the Allies, hygiene was not only about health, it was about discipline and control. Cleanliness in POW camps meant fewer diseases, but it also reminded prisoners of their loss of power. Toothbrush inspections became routine, with guards checking bristles for use. Delousing showers stripped prisoners of lice but also of dignity. Western toilets and sanitation rules bewildered men used to squatting outdoors. To Japanese soldiers who once considered themselves invincible warriors, being reduced to following soap and water rituals enforced by the enemy was a silent form of psychological warfare. Chapter 4: Humiliation or Humanity. Some Japanese POWs resisted, mocking Western obsession with hygiene as unnecessary or effeminate. In their eyes, true warriors endured filth, mud, and hardship without complaint. Others, however, admitted in post-war testimonies that the experience changed them. One soldier confessed, "I had thought Westerners were barbaric. Yet in prison I learned from them how to care for my teeth, how to wash daily. They treated hygiene as if it were as important as honor." This cultural clash blurred the line between kindness and control. Was the hygiene routine a humanitarian effort to keep prisoners alive? Or was it another way of breaking their spirit, stripping away their identity as fearless soldiers? Chapter 5: The Legacy of Cleanliness. When the war ended and the survivors returned home, some Japanese veterans carried this strange lesson with them. They had entered prison camps expecting beatings and death, but instead had been forced into a world of disinfectant sprays, soap bars, and toothbrushes. For many it was humiliating. For others it was life-changing. And for historians it remains a bizarre yet powerful reminder. War is not only about weapons and strategies, it is also about the clash of cultures, values, and even something as simple as hygiene. Conclusion: A silent battlefield. The story of Japanese POWs and the hygiene clash reveals an overlooked truth of World War II. Battles were not only fought with bullets, but with soap and water. For the Allies, hygiene was health and order. For the Japanese, it was sometimes humiliation,